Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finale of episode 5 for the Phoenix Wright Attorney Trilogy Part 1 of the 3 games. Oh boy, this has been a fucking journey, and this is once again, this is the first of the fucking 3 games. Oh man. Honestly, without actually any further ado, we'll jump straight into it. It's not very straight. Wait, when is this saved? 22nd, 27, 20, wait. Okay, yeah, I haven't done an additional save since, okay, yeah. So this is still, yeah. I did continue to save on here, that's good to know. February 25th, 9:47 AM, District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2.
This is a defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if
something happening behind the scenes. I fucking knew it.
Edgeworth.
Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is.
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True, not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it.
I figured you would say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this. He's approaching me, casually, in a non-work related business. Technically work related business, but I'll count this still. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth?
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident.
Don't be stupid, today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it. See you in court, right? Such a casual goodbye. Man, I just take a habit of just telling people like, oh, see you in court. Thanks for hanging out. See you in court. Anyways,
this is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gaunt has on her, it's now.
I heard a little meow from behind me, but I think that's... No, I'm guessing it's nothing. February 25th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 9.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. Huh? But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gaunt.
Good morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Ajay. Been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
I think he generally asks people if they've been swimming. And then what the fuck do I understand? Literacy. Illiterate.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is it? What is this proposal of yours? He's gonna try to turn the Edgeworth against me. He's trying to top everyone.
Lana, nice to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court.
She wants to do what?
Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
What's this all about, defendant?
I would just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished.
Well then, what's your request?
Your Honor, I would like you to put an immediate end to this trial. I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
No, Lana. You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
But Lana.
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven that proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
Come on, Edge Boy. Do it. Do it for us. This can't be happening.
It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
One moment, Your Honor. He's doing it. He's doing it.
Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature.
I'm now aware of him. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut,
Only Phoenix gets to say that. Though Phoenix does not give me that impression, though.
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gunt.
What?
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes.
Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be.
With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh, to whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye.
God.
The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gunt?
Worthy, you'll live to regret this.
Mark my words.
Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins.
He's on that horse thing. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dog of the Joe Dog killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
You should get in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial.
Wow, we're just going... Am I even gonna be cross-examining this? Because I'm off the team? 2 years ago. I was sweating in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raising up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Oh, okay.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Kipman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well. Defendants may begin his cross-examination.
Okay, I'm doing it anyways. Sure. Sure. I was sweating in my sister's office that day.
2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
Yes, she was second in command under the Deputy Chief of Police Gaunt. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gaunt and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair.
I believe they share the same office. As Wright, I always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Oh, I just remembered. Yeah, last time we actually left off at the point where Gaunt insisted on having a discussion with Emma without Wright, because Wright is a little bitch who, you know, ran off just because, you know, he absolutely abandoned her to a potential murderer in the middle of the day. But yeah. Now I remember. So that's when they must have had like a discussion about what's going on and insisted that Lana would confess and, you know, like decline all sorts of defense and attorneys.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. And came running in and took me hostage.
A man?
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of the ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gunn's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I...
Don't fuck with me now, OBS.
Or Twitch, whichever that is. Cut it out. I opened the door to have a look, then that's when I saw him. Okay, that's interesting. Because that means that Dark wasn't even like... Okay. Dark got into the office by accident. Most likely stumbled into the office by accident as well. Neil Marshall rescued me.
What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gunt and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Almost forgot about Gunt.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. So this is taken on the day. On the very day of the murder. Damn.
I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in?
I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instance.
Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark just then the lights went out.
Lights?
It was just about this time of the year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
The electricity went out.
Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, the game is gonna play off the fact that Phoenix withheld information from Emma and Gumshoe. Because he was like, I don't know what this has anything to do with it. I don't know
what this has to do with anything going on right now. So I'll just, I won't even bring it up. He withheld that information, which was a really dumb idea because I think Emma would have been able to give a lot of context as to what the fuck was happening. But because Phoenix did not tell to Emma what he found, all the things he found at least, Gunt knows less about what Phoenix has on him. Or like, oh my god. That is... Man. If that D stands for dumb, yeah. But he's got a good heart. But I gotta say that the biggest D in this room is definitely Edgeworth. He's really, pulling the weight here. Okay, defense also works.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
Detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman, he was in charge of this. Oh, wait. Okay, Goodman knew about this.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim.
Yes!
She spoke with Detective Goodman about this.
Well, I'm certainly trying, but thankfully I seem to be working with 2 lawyers now instead of just 1.
Spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
You have to... Phoenix! Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? I'd like to ask about the picture.
This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning.
But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. As strange, I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died, yet I have never seen any picture.
Perhaps the witness is mistaken.
But I did draw it, I swear, I'm not just imagining it.
This picture that Emma drew. That reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again.
Anyway, let's go. This scene that imprinted in the image in your mind. Can you please describe to us? That man?
I kinda wanna press this one as well. Just to get as much information before I start showing anything else.
That must have been a real shock.
Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dog was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can.
Okay,
Yes! 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 Yes!
Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence?
Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Behold! This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident.
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over? Turn it... Oh! Oh, what's this? Okay, I can't do that out loud. Yes, what is this? What is that?
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Indeed. Two men appear to be resting here.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh? These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one.
What's that reaction image from the Dragon Ball Z animated show with the whole fusion thingy? Anyways,
I can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago. Only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
what? What?
Order! Order! Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room. Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor?
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
The fucking rat... The specific rat image. Like, rats have this... If I'm correct, it's rats, or was it a specific type of mouse, that have this habit when they're super happy, their eyes just, you know, like... absolutely seem to pop out from their heads. And now I can't help but see Phoenix be replaced by that very specific mouse image. Just looking at the judge like, huh?
If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Huh? Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth?
It's possible. Let's see. A very British to be specific.
Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask?
Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. You never fucking turn it around! It seems, Phoenix, I'd be too harsh on you. You are but a product of this world. And you can't tell it pure nature if even Edgeworth is like this. Is that thing? Holy fuck!
That's that thing.
Jesus, what the fuck? No! Oh god.
That thing was dancing in the evidence room.
Clearly this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess it was out of scrap paper.
Oh. Evidence list restored in a fitting court record.
Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seems to be thinking about something when she was looking at that picture.
Emma's picture.
Let me just get rid of that real fast. There we go.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
I think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about the murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
And this picture. Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge,
Under the direction of Damon Gunt and Lana Sky.
2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. Can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black?
The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows.
So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue.
Now I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor?
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. I think I know exactly what happens here, but I'm gonna leave that for... I'm gonna let the game, you know, show that, because I could be very wrong as well.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed? I must have fainted.
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry. A flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
Oh, what? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here.
They are repeating each other's sentences. Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course, this is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with detectives?
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulate her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary.
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Huh. Oh, well. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here.
Okay, okay, it's a half an hour point, so I'm gonna save just so that I don't need to go through the, if I start making mistakes now. So I'm guessing there is... Oh yeah, I should check this one. Wait, shit. Do I have access? Can I see the window frame? Again? Fuck. Okay, so the idea right now, I think, is to specifically find out... Is there anything I could... Die from puncture knee also. Stabbed in the back. Objection! Important thing. I don't know if I read that before, actually.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
I'm sorry. How am I supposed to exactly point this out? Is it the fact that, like... Oh, God. I don't know which part to point because I can't see the backside. So it has to be here.
I think it's this part here.
I don't see what's so strange.
That's because the drawing instinct.
Is that right? How could you...
Act of making an innocent girl cry should warrant the death penalty.
Honestly, I agree. What the fuck?
I guess it means I shouldn't shift the blame to others.
Well, so long as the defense has learned his lesson.
I better take another look.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you just simply point.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't twist turn or anything. This is crazy. This is insanity. The stabbing the knife? No.
The contradiction, of course, lies here.
No, actually, that's right.
Take a look at the knife that the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is...
I thought that was just a artistic, you know, interpretation. I did not think this was a broken knife situation. I thought this was more about the fact that he was supposed to get stabbed in the back, not in the front, and he's clearly, you know, getting ready to be stabbed in the front.
I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright.
Now, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? It tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the... Wait a second. So this knife was already broken before the stabbings.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
Oh, what's the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right, but what does this mean?
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness member is mistaken. There's so many objections left and right!
That's why I asked her so many times if she was just to remember correctly. I believe we were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. I forgot how...
God, it would be terrible to be neighbors to these two. You wake up to the sound of your neighbors just yelling objection at each other.
It's like, Edgeworth, that is my toothbrush.
Don't be silly, Wright. Mine is red, of course.
Jesus Christ. About a little something called falsified evidence.
You're treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
No.
Very British, to be specific.
Order, order, order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the evidence that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day.
After receiving the King of Persecutors Award at ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Darga along with Damon Gunt.
That's a broken blade on the... Huh.
During his questioning, Joe Darg fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. Oh, well now I know where the actual... Jesus fucking Christ. Honestly... You know, maybe I don't want to think too much about the personal life of, you know, Phoenix and Miles. Because... that would be one contradiction after another. That must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being 2 broken knives?
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's? Could there have been one?
Yes, there was. Yes, there was. There is another one.
If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of that, what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright?
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken by the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
Okay, once again, is it gonna be this shield? Or is it gonna be this shield? I have a feeling it's gonna be this one. Okay.
It has a lies in the past. 2 years in the past.
Oh, actually, this is correct. They once again did the thing where the music does not cut off when you give the right evidence.
But here inside this picture.
But how did he pull a knife out of a picture?
This is the picture of the award ceremony. Aha!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding.
That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded... No, fuck, that's... Sorry. Finney's got really British all of a sudden.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award.
Order! Order! Order!
Neil Marshall was awarded King of Persecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken knife, shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
But that can't be.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was with the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean... this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh!
But the prosecutor was the one who'd actually died.
That's true. What's going on here?
It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything.
Witness?
Mr. Edgeworth? What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please?
His list? The one that picture scribbled on the back?
I knew it. This picture. And the one who drew it.
What?
You drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying to so hard to forget. Holy fuck. Okay, I
I thought it was just a video clip, or going back and forth on the recording, that made this tune stick to people's minds. But the fact that they have to replay it over and over again, and it's actually... The fact that this is actually linked to the murder case is insane. I must have locked this part away deep inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this sort of witness testimony. Would you please tell us what you recall, Miss Scar?
Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger. This should be interesting.
I'm having the best of time with that tune. That was a collection. When I saw the man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He was in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
What? What the fuck?
This is certainly most unusual.
Twa impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further.
Lana.
What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair.
But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it there?
I can't, like... I'm... God fucking damn it. What the fuck even is this anymore? I'm actually really interested to know what the fuck is up with the blue badger now. I thought it was just like a silly mascot. And I guess that's what everybody thought it was. Fucking hell, man. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ.
Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter.
Emma's recollection. When I saw the man raise his knife...
Okay. When I say that man, I assume you've heard Joe Dark?
Yes, at least I think it was him.
You think?
All I could really see were shadows. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office report.
So then you...
I panicked and I rushed towards both of them.
Why would you do something so dangerous?
What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall.
She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife.
As we just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. Well, when that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was like, I gotta help that other person. I think I knocked away the man with the knife.
What do you mean you think?
It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Sky was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next?
There's another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger.
What the fuck? Are you sure about this?
Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here.
But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year.
Did they stumble upon the evidence list? The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I had seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Honestly, the cold dead eyes really do drive in that impression.
Oh, brother, just when you thought the thing causing a commotion.
Alice, where in the room did you see him dancing?
He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. His shadow? Wasn't in the room, but saw his shadow. That would be the window panel. The fucking church window that Guns has. Like the decoration reflected to the floor, possibly. Oh Jesus fucking Christ. The fucking universe is writing itself already. we had a blue patcher, then we had Shadow was the killer. Shadow the Badger was the killer. And Blue Badger was sent here to stop Shadow. That's how it works. Or save him, I don't know.
Hey, Shadow. So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all?
That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. Fuck. Okay, so it's... Okay, well, I guess we already know who's Persona Blue Badger is. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may well be. But what's important is that caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was.
What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this Blue Badger, really?
I might just know. There are a couple.
Blue Badger hadn't even been dreamed about when Emma drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw his shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on the fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the Blue Badger.
Okay, now, I don't think it can be the window frame after all, because of the fact that, I don't think it can be, because it needs to have something to do with the whole murder situation. And I don't think the window partly had a lot to do with the murder situation. But now I'm just trying to think as to what the fuck could it have been, and what...
Somebody is now sitting in this very room.
Mr. Wright?
In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious Blue Badger look-alike.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. Don't need to save yet, unless things start going really wrong. I mean, okay, the window definitely is important. But, like, the problem here is that I don't have, like, the window is not the killer, though. We know which window it was. We know which... Do we, actually? Fuck, if only I had a picture of the room. I don't have a picture of that room. Well, it's not this one. It's not the panel. It wouldn't be this one either. Not a piece of cloth either. Can I actually investigate this a little bit? Did I ever check this out?
The clear handprint can be seen on the leather cloth. The print belongs to Emma. I think I'll keep this information to myself.
Holy fuck, if I had paid more attention to the goddamn... No. If I had paid more attention to the goddamn room, I would have probably seen that the fucking lance on that knife is broken. Damn. But anyways, I need to find... I need to be sure about what I'm pointing here. For all I know, it could be the armor, but I don't see the 3 horns. The jar is the closest to 3 horns I can think of here, but like that, probably no. Especially because it was broken at the time, I think. Or maybe? Actually, I don't know if it was broken at the time yet. Rubber glove, no screwdriver. Okay, I can't even check the Okay, let me think. What does that look like? Especially if it's sideways. Probably not the cell phone. Not a screwdriver either. Not evidence locker. A jar is pretty good. I mean, honestly, badge is not terrible. I for a moment was actually hesitating. No, surely not. Surely not. Fuck, but that's actually pretty fucking good though. He absolutely could be a bloody handprint. With 3 horns on it. Fuck. But how would that have anything to do with anything? Would that make a difference? I know that the jar was involved. The jar was absolutely involved. It technically has like 3 horns. 2 to the side, 1 to the top. But bloody handprint also could be like... Or does Gunt have something on him? No, he said there's something that's in this room right now. Fuck. God damn it, Phoenix. Why can't you be a bit more direct about that? Well, technically, we have handprints all over the room. But, Wait a minute, what is this? A piece of clove. A cloth. Hands. We have hands in this room. God, man. It actually very well could actually be. Ah, man. Nah. Nah. Kinda. I'm just very confused by the statement of that's in this very room right now. Hell, we might have the jar with us for all I know. Fingerprints. At this point, I need to start. At this point, I need to start trying. Like, I don't think it's that one yet. That's gonna be later because it doesn't connect to anything yet. What's this one again? Parking lot. Yeah. Wait, how do the globs actually play into this? What do the globs actually have to do with this? Okay, you know, you make a fair point. I'm guessing the vase. No. Yes?
The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
Okay, he has it with him. Fine. Like, this was the most obvious one of the all, but I was really fooled by the fact that, like,
Something that's in this room right now.
like, you have a... He's got one of those magical... He has one of those magical pockets. Or, like, whatever the fuck those are called. Is it like a bag of holding or something like that? It just has... He has all the evidence from all his previous cases. Only he knows how to, you know, pull anything out of it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What that?
What exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar.
I would call it more a vase. Especially because a jar would be for holding or keeping things in. This thing has a hole in the bottom. Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like blue batter.
Indeed it doesn't. Just as it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Our viewpoint?
I could show them the correct angle to look at this from.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, game. Okay, the question is, does it want me... Oh, which one is supposed to be the top side? Which one is supposed to be the bottom? Oh god, I'm very bad at that. Okay, there's absolutely zero ways for me to... But this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, but also, good enough.
This is where I've got to make it look more like a badger.
Allow me to remind the defense, its case hinges on the witness's drawing. If Mr. Wright can't match the shape the witness drew, we cannot accept his claims.
I could find just the right angle. Maybe I should rotate it vertically a bit more, or horizontally.
Come on, Mr. Wright, you can do it.
I could show them the correct angle to look at this.
Oh. Can I... Oh... Yeah, because it's specific. Which way I've read? Oh god, I remember. Oh god, I don't remember which way. I'm not sure which angle they want. Oh, actually, wait. I could make this work. No, can I make it work? Does it work? I wish I had point of reference. What the fuck am I doing? Wait, is it supposed to also have a goddamn... No, sure the face is not relevant. How would she... There's a reason why it has this thing on the back. Oh, God. Oh, wait, this actually works. Oh, fuck, yeah. I think I got it. It's gonna be a hell of a question as to how the fuck did she see it from this angle. Oh fuck, nope. Oh Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, like, the picture was either this way around or the other way around. I don't remember exactly. Wait. Oh god, no. God, if only I knew more about the blorbos. Not right. Okay, because the thing I'm most curious about is this a matter of me just being in the doing it from the wrong way? Yeah, I know. I'm giving a lot of shots here because of the fact that it's not penalizing me one bit. Nope. Okay, I'm starting to think they wants me to replicate it exactly as in the picture. Like facing this way instead of the other way around. Oh, God. I think I... Isn't this like the first one I tried? I'm quite sure this is the first one I tried. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Still not right. Correct angle to look at this from. Nope, not like that. I forgot which way I tried this. I mean, this... Honestly? Nope. Oh wait, I have access to... I have access to the record here. Oh, thank God. Okay, she saw it. Like, she did see up, right. Or then left, right. Fuck. There's only so many times I can fuck this up, right? So the horn should be pointing this way. That's how I'm understanding this. Nope. Oh, good God. I did the wrong way. I did the wrong way around. Got it. It's just something like this. Something like this. Nope, that does not look good. This way? Ooh, starting to look better. Looking better. I get that close. Like, this shuts off the gaps, and this also creates the... How the fuck does this work, though? Okay, here... No. The still doesn't look good. Oh my God. I'm gonna spend the next 3 hours on this alone. Or maybe it does actually want me to do it this way. No, it wouldn't, right? Why would it? Now that looks terrible. It's not... Okay, so I can immediately disqualify... No, actually, but the side horns are right. This is how the side horns actually would line up. Nope. Oh my God. Why is this a flicky thing? Okay. I'm starting to think that it's not... I need to match it to this image here. Not to the one that's on the drawing, because technically the drawing has been twisted the other way around, so... Come on. Maybe? I'm not forcing anyone to do anything, I'm just bad at geometry, okay?
I can't draw shapes and colors. This seems pretty correct. Never fucking mind then. I'm working on it. Maybe? No, it has a hill there. Oh, thank God.
Well, it's a miracle all at once. No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. No, it can't be.
Order! Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Although we all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains.
What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar?
That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? Well, not the murder weapon. I think the location. You know, actually, since I don't want to do that again, I'm gonna save again. I am not doing that again. The location is different.
Allow me to take this in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
A very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on the shelf at the office of Demon Gunt.
But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gunn's office.
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gunn's office to Lana Sky's office?
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly.
Huh?
If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion, if there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out. This is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness' testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would have to have been the impact of the man made when he was knocking the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. The man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on. What do we have hit?
Oh,
Oh, no, that's Emma. Ah?
a suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword.
Okay. This very much does seem like Dark might have actually been the killer. But Emma accidentally killed Marshall. Neil Marshall specifically. That's what this seems like.
Dangerous looking sword.
Yes.
And since the man who was knocked in armor was carrying a broken knife, it would have had to have been Neil Marshall, well, the king of prosecutors' trophy.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes. There's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, I assume the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No. And collapse. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
What are you saying? I'm sorry, Mrs. Sky, but given circumstances, Joe Dog murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
So I can't get dead people to testify.
Well, honestly, there is a way. Scott call up the only living Fae.
It's been a wild goose chase from the big.
Holy fuck, this would be an amazing time for, you know, Maya to barge into her room. Touche, Miss Sky. Of course. That only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life, in one manner or another. That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you.
Fine. She would not have, you know, aced her studies and all of a sudden become a chief. What was he again? I'm thinking of mental gymnastic, but I think that's a different thing. Spirit medium.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind.
Is in the evidence.
This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister's a murderer? It's still not a murder! It's a killing! Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Yes, she's still a student. Got it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us a piece of evidence that conveys message from the deceased.
Yeah, well, I spend a good amount of fucking time looking at it, so I'm pretty fucking convinced. I mean, technically, shit, what if it actually is that one? Because I'm thinking that there's lines drawn on this. And you could have... That's like a J. That would imply it's actually Joe. And not actually... Not Emma. But then again, Marshall might have been protecting Emma, to be honest. It's also very likely that Emma stopped Marshall from stabbing Dark, and then Dark pushed the Marshall. It was only like this, only such a few. But yeah, I'm thinking it's this one. I would argue it's this one.
It's a message left by the deceased.
There's that blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he going to speak the killer's name?
That thing could, I'm sure it would. I love how much Edgeworth just absolutely hates the blue badger.
Looks like everyone's forgetting this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Oh, actually, never mind. We're gonna be... Well, actually, I should not make assumptions.
Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes, there's a line here, drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is these dots were once lines.
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message.
Oh, okay, yeah, so somebody cleaned it up to make it look like a J. One that means someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent.
No.
Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Your Honor, I believe these blood stains will reveal us the answer. I've got to connect these dots in big letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances.
Oh. Okay, best way to answer that question is, back when I was, you know, but a mere child. At least this would just have a tone on the background, okay. But back when I was a mere child, there was this Pokemon magazine. That we had. It was like, I don't know, it was like some kind of yeah, it was a Pokemon magazine. Like, you know, like some tidbit information and then like, you know, little puzzles and like that. And one of those puzzles on the magazine was a connect the dots thingy. One of those things. And well, might I say, that Arbok turned out to be really fucking sharp. So I don't know how this is gonna go.
Murderer's name.
Yeah, he was kind of a sharp bug. Ta-da!
defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma.
So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life
Was Emma Skye.
See, Worthy, can't say I didn't warn you.
Chief Gaunt?
You understand the implication of what you've done.
What? What are you talking about?
3 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forced evidence to ensure his conviction.
But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable.
Twirls hair.
I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice?
What?
We're merely keepers of the law.
Oh shit.
Societal implications.
Sentence a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
I mean, it's still not murder. It's a killing, but it's not murder. And fuck, we're never getting a proper forensics team. They're gonna execute Emma, and they're gonna burn all her, you know, scientific experiments and data. Fuck.
Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
What's going on at the prosecutor's office?
What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. And then he just stand there like it wasn't his fault.
Order! 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 Order!
The fucking status quo must be preserved. Kill the child. Good God.
The cow's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows.
To be No. If you're gonna throw investigations my way, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Okay, it's trial letter. Okay, it's not that long of a... February 25th, 1206. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Don't worry about it.
This is my problem, not yours. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Call on her, pal. Make a detective run all around while on duty. And on top of it, called me here. I've seen happier people.
Wait, but you got fired, man. What are you on duty for?
I think Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give you this if there ever was a break into this trial.
Evidence law. So deserved, but also wow.
Evidence law? Edgeworth was still talking about this just the other day.
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so.
I could have at least studied. You could at least study some evidence law, really?
The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book. Him. I guess I'll need to give this book to a thorough read.
And his law securely slipped into pocket. Wow, how small is this book? Oh no! Once again, it's the backup holding. He's got a backup holding in his pocket. From this guy explains the 2 rules of evidence law.
Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now. Though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence.
That's where you're wrong, detective.
Huh?
Haven't you figured it out yet? Why am I still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me?
Mr. Edgeworth.
The real trial today hasn't begun yet.
What else is there left to do?
Okay, fair enough, yes. Fair. Yeah, in a single pocket, yeah. Specifically man's pocket, though. God, this would not... Truly, it's a shame that even, like, 20 years in the future of when this game was made, you know, women would have no chance in this. Then again, I mean, Lana supposedly was doing quite well, but where does she keep all her evidence? That's exactly my point. It's a tough world out there for women, even in this universe. Which, now that I think about it, every single woman in this entire series has either been murdered or a criminal of sorts. Huh. Damn.
Your credibility has been all but ruined for this forged evidence you were unaware of. Empress Guy was found out she's unwittingly caused the man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. Huh? She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end.
February 25th, 12:52. District Court, courtroom number 9.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Scar. Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
the inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concerns that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have,
Struck a bargain? You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. Not me, never, not me. Nor any of my other 20 different judges who are all me, controlled by one giant squid at the back of this courtroom. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and,
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
a solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It will prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Very well. Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well, the defense accept the prosecution's proposal.
And it's settled. The, defense may now call forth the next witnesses.
I mean... I don't know what I can say to that, because the game has thus far not proven that it would be that any of them would not be, you know, well, I mean, okay. No, wait. But even Star actually falsely testified in court. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Who wrote this stuff? And who hurt them?
The defense will now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last... Then again, with the exception of the judge, who's also very incompetent at their job, to be honest, the men are not any better. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is good as over.
Defense calls. Time's finally come to bring up the real murderer.
Okay, so... You want me to... Okay, so that would be Gaunt, right? That is the real murderer here. Okay, yeah, the whole old bag, the old bag thing was... Well, it's something that you could definitely count off as just, you know, being mean to this one mean character, but, But she was also, she was portrayed as a very dislikable character. I think I might be out of my depth with this topic, and I'm not educated well enough to make statements on that. Yikes. I think it's best I don't make any comments on that. But wow.
Damon Gunt. The defense calls Damon Gunt to the stand.
Damon Gunt? What does he have to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gunt has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True.
What legislation would disqualify her as being married? Once again, I'm out of my depths. I don't... A lot of things I don't know, a lot of things I don't understand.
Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gunt to the stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, is this some kind of a practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
So you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gunt. Fine. My name is Damon Gunt. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gunt, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lada's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish.
Nah, I know which one Phoenix is.
You're aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
You're aware, of course, that police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Yeah. What better way to start a trial than you know, threatening the fucking defense attorney? Pretty fucking obviously.
Weapons?
Sure, take my testimony, for example.
Oh. Never heard of the childbearing being part of it. Damn. I mean, she could have, well, I
I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with a certain risk.
Don't worry, I'm not here to injure your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony.
As a line incident.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, he slipped up. We slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Was that when Doc was arrested? He was laying on the floor unconscious. When I was in the flying, it seems Doc bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
The police chief has the right to refuse to testify. And I'd better hit him hard and fast.
let me actually start this up by doing something I should have done the moment this trial actually started. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. Now, the thing is, do both these apply simultaneously, or does rule number 2 overtake the other one? As in, like, if it's not registered, but it's relevant, it does not need to be approved. Well, I guess I'll see.
As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day.
Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. As for what spooked Dark and made him run away like that.
Was the defendant Lana Sky also present in the room?
I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it.
Where was Lana then, actually?
Make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either.
So the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky.
Was this about a power outage?
Oh, that. Elevator stopped all of a sudden and I've got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when that knife went into his heart though.
That's not funny.
Wait, if there was a power outage... There's a power outage! How doth elevator worketh? You're saying that he escaped because the... Well, actually, I think it's... I think this... yeah, he slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so Dark escaped before the power outage, and then got in the elevator, and he was in an elevator when the power outage happened, and... Well, anyways.
When I went to my office, found Lana there.
Could you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight. Neil and serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed.
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor.
Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Emma.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. I should already arranged this crime scene.
How can you know that?
Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved.
Well, that means you found the body near Lana's desk.
That's right. I think you said earlier. It was my suit of armor that really set the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway, as you said, I had nothing to do with this forgery.
So you're saying that forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances.
Is that how it really went down?
Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you're better off staring at the court record.
Worthy, always a smooth talker.
But which piece of evidence ties gun to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence. That can't be the whole truth. Somehow I got to link gun to the incident.
Okay, let me actually, since this actually was a good 30-minute discussion before getting to this point, and that this is where the actual trial starts. So, something that ties him... Well, technically this one, the piece of cloth would. But we don't know how this one actually, we don't know exactly what this one was doing. The unstable jar, for example, the fact that it was in the... The fact that it was in the, safe is a bit of a... you know... Bit of a giveaway, in my opinion. And the list as well. So both the jar... Yeah. Well, time to start trying, I guess. So this list, at least, because he had access to this list, and he did not. He just hit it.
Objection! You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery, but I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example.
Actually, Emma Sky drew her picture on.
This was discarded in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe.
I was found where?
You see, Chief Guns, these articles of evidence uncovering your office.
Can he just claim that a piece of evidence is not approved by the police department? Since he's a chief? Surely not.
Are both concrete proof that you played a part in the legal investigation.
Chief Gunn, what's the meaning of this? Oh, there's a defense attorney who may never even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Is that right, Righto?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during that investigation.
Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
He must love punishing Dick. What? If Dick Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. I thought he was already fired!
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding this piece of evidence found in your office, and the relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. It's these they no longer know how to put two and two together.
Evidence and forgery.
Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment. Analyst. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Drake was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Rearranging a crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
When investigating a crime scene, you should be more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Oh.
Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, IG. In return, though, I know, that place, right?
Huh? What are these guys telepathic? Why are these guys telepathic? Do they? What? I would appreciate if you would stop making these ridiculous allegations.
Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What? Well, you know, back in the days I once broke into...
No! Phoenix! No! God, you're easier to play than a fucking harmonica.
Then again, harmonica is supposed to be quite hard to play, and I wouldn't even know where to fucking start.
All I'm saying is, you have so many buttons to press. And apparently all of them, you know, set you off.
Back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and hit...
Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later.
Later? What are you talking about?
What else? I'm talking about when Rydo's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal.
I never faced anyone as slimy as this guy.
Anyway, you can't prove when this piece of evidence were discovered.
What do you mean by that?
That's the purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
If concealing evidence found at the crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not
through speaking yet, righto? It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they were worthless.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced.
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Alright. The chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Did he just give Phoenix a compliment? Tell me something I don't know.
Come on now, righto? Think about it. There's no reason I participated in forgery.
How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I can care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Scar. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me in any way.
Really, Chief Guns? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you reap from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What's this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh.
The resolution of the SL9 incident has secured your promotion to chief. That is in itself a sufficient motive.
Oh, 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 that's a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in the line to become the next chief. A resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway.
Gah!
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit perjury. If you didn't do it for yourself, and you do it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Archie, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me.
Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I cared about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again.
You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people, that's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, 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 that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Any selfishness would he have helped someone out?
Yes.
True, but you might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. The worst crime of all. The sin of empathy.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's not what I meant.
Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gunn may have helped forge evidence?
Lana, right? Is there any debate about this even? She was the only one at the scene. She got to be promoted to chief prosecutor. She fulfilled her dream. She covered up for her sister. I don't see anybody else who would... And she would also solve the case.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? That the defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana?
Gumshoe is a... I was gonna say a competent individual, but no. Gumshoe has a way of hanging on. I believe he'll be fine by himself. All he wants is just a $50, but I don't think this would give him any money.
Want her more than her own sister, Lana. And as for Chief Guns, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Guns.
Exactly. He has never made a wrong thing in his life. Not one wrong thing.
But how would he profit from all of this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet.
Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
Yeah.
Oh, right. You must mean puppet, as in someone forced you to do his bidding. Never mind.
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive to point her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Idiots is what?
What?
Do you have any proof of this? I controlled Lana. For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she's testifying against Kant.
I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Unless that is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? What one? Which one would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout his entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Murphy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
What? What? Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That is, impossible.
He's about to short circuit. His brain can only comprehend so little.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language.
Taps forehead. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now.
It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this.
And you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a higher ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good.
Yeah, you know, I very much...
Show us your evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
I very much love the synergy going on here. I have the perfect line ready when Edgeworth, you know, next time annoys when Edgeworth next time annoys Phoenix, or you know, like hampers his you know work. But I'm very much enjoying this yeah, back and forth. I still feel like the list is pretty big. Oh, but actually, yeah, sorry, we're talking about the murder. Murder. Shit. What actually just time? Honestly, the fact that he was in the evidence room where the murder supposedly took place, I think might do the trick. But do I have anything better? Anything better at all? Yeah, this was Marshall's own print. This still has not been explained.
Like, this would be pretty good.
But we haven't established that his number is 7777777, and we have no way of, you know... The problem is, since we cannot get that information... And I don't know if the safe thing is good enough, but I also don't know if I have anything better here. I actually really don't know if I have anything better here. Because this is the scene of murder at the end of the day. If I remember right. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Was this the scene of murder? Fuck. I think so.
It's the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 77777777.
Alright, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
It's your number.
Oh? What? How do you know that?
The safe in Chief Gunn's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean?
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 77777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Guns, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Order! Order! Chief Gunt, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was a violation of the regulations.
And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished for the to the maximum extent of the law. I'll see to it. Personally. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Chief Gunt, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want.
I don't like the implication of that sentence, actually. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence.
Yeah, you're not helping that. Oh god.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Guns, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Leneskai's guilt.
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Guns met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence, so as a proof that the victim went to meet Chief Guns on the day of the crime.
Ah, shit. Fuck. Was this... It wouldn't be the award ceremony? No. Here's a second. Good man. Who's good man? Can only be submitted to the chief of police. That's the one. Yeah. This does prove it. Maybe. No, but this was... No. Does it prove it? Fuck. I'm really trying to, like, wrap my head around the, I do think... But it wasn't fully submitted. I'm gonna say this one.
I lost his ID card on the day of the crime.
Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
So Detective Goodman filled a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police.
You are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
That's true. That's true. He did have a card to get to the evidence room. Yeah, so he had 2 cards. Or there were 2 cards for Goodman simultaneously.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh,
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Guns. Then, you accompanied Detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Oh, no way. He never got the replacement card.
Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Exactly.
But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to an evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of that sort.
Sorry, but that's not possible. Because Goodman would need to open the locker. Yeah. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman... Oh no, never mind. No. Yeah, no, because Goodman would have opened his... Yeah, Goodman need to open his own locker. Yeah, no, never mind. I was wrong on the locker thing.
It would have been found on his body.
Holy shit! No! Chief Gaunt, you didn't?
The murder was most likely a spur of the moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
Y'all forget him, Mr. Wright. That the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
I was the police department the entire day, you know.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Guns, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was used as glue, just taking up space.
How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
To move the victim's body, you can use this.
Ah, fuck. Surely not. Surely not. Surely it's not the fucking screwdriver finally coming in clutch. Yeah, because because he asked Edgeworth to he hit the body in Edgeworth's car and asked Edgeworth to take this screwdriver to his office. Yeah, that checks out.
Is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
What's that? A screwdriver?
Yeah, he like poked the screwdriver into the body and lifted it on his shoulder, carried it with the screwdriver in it, and then Now that doesn't make sense. Let me try that again. He screwed a couple screws into Goodman's legs and made him walk to the office. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going. Anyways,
What does this have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here?
it's here because
Aha!
I was asked to go by Chief Gaunt, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gunn asked you to.
You mean I? I?
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Yeah, like... Yeah? This has been long established.
I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? That must mean Edgeworth was the killer. Oh wait, sorry, wrong case.
Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Sky.
Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to this defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It's exactly the opposite.
It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gunt, please say something.
I believe.
Your time's up. My time's up. Sorry, Righto. I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special.
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief, he has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Like the right to refuse us to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
So you're going to just run away after all this?
Run away? Don't make me laugh, Brody. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gunt is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusation against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gunt murdered Detective Goodman and makes Miss Sky dispose his body.
I'm gonna save here again because this was another 30 minutes. And I don't want to replay this. A lot of this because it's just dialogue that I've already been through, and that doesn't get me anywhere.
Do I have any concrete proof?
I mean, I have to.
I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor. I do have such evidence.
And please hurry up and present it. Just remember. Bear proof Chief Gunt murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of doubt.
Okay. It wouldn't be this. That's connected to something a bit later. Wouldn't be the evidence list either. We've already gone most out of it, I think. Neil's autopsy, files of the Joe Dark killing. Joe Dark killing solved 2 years ago. Not this one, at least. Well, actually. New Marshal, Lana Sky. Gunt's not even on this list. Well, executing investigator, Gunt. Actually, never mind. He's on that list. He's actually quite significant on this list, actually. Video. Not this one, at least. Yeah, no, we're not going back to that. Marshall's fingerprints. Unstable jar. Does it have the Emma written on it now? No, it does not. Damn. If someone did not, you know. The assigned detective spring to unlock it. Rubber glove. Stabbing.
Handprints from handprint. It recovers handprints from handprints for comparison finger file. No, I don't think I ever actually examined this, but it's not like this has anything on it, actually. Okay, in what way could I possibly... Like, sure, this proves that, you know, his car was used there. Do I start spraying? Defendant's muffler, victim shoe. No, bad judge, bad judge. Man. It's the fucking blue badger. Honestly, the fact that he insisted on removing the knife is quite damning. On a way. But I don't know if that's exactly what the game wants from me right now. I'm trying to genuinely think, funker through this. Okay, let's go one at a time. Probably not my batch. I'm gonna take a wild guess. The Goodman's ID was not on Goodman or on Guns either, so not this one. It was actually on Marshall, I think, until the yeah, Marshall dropped it off while doing investigations. This has some level of credibility. This doesn't do anything because it was used by Lana. Ticket doesn't do anything because, well, this doesn't really do much because it wasn't there during the murder itself, supposedly. Those are most likely, I'm gonna assume that those are gumshoes handprints on that, in the paint there. At 4 p.m. Technically, one knife wound. This could work. We don't. This is a little inconclusive still. No. 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 Crime scene wrapped in defendant's muffler. Technically, the fact that this was, like, this is the murder weapon, yeah. But, the fact that this was found at the crime scene, or found at the parking lot, but this does not tie Guns personally to it. Blood splatter, honestly, if I knew where to look for, that could work. Handprints, maybe. Check the knife, but like... I'll leave that for a bit. That's when I start to really speculate. Or take wild guesses. The screwdriver already served its purpose. This was, honestly, this was pretty good as well, but like... Since he also could have made the request at any other reason as well, so. Rubber glove. Not this one, not the jar either. Not the fingerprint, not the security tape at least. technically the fact that they're all tied together. Wait, punctured heart and lung. I thought Neil landed on his... I thought Neil got pierced on his right side. What am I, a fucking doctor? No. And there's, like, nothing specific here, right? Yeah, no. A piece of cloth still is gonna... It's gonna play, The evidence law is gonna come in clutch later, I believe. I would try the evidence law now if it wasn't for the fact that we also had a piece of cloth that we're, like, trying to work with here. I'm saying it's the, what was I going on about? What was the thing that I thought was... Oh shit, I already forgot. Yes, this one, the trophy. That he removed that because he wanted to cover up that thing.
So, what exactly is this evidence?
It's proof as to whether or not it's enough to demonstrate the chief's guilt. I'll let you be the judge.
But I am the judge.
Oh, right. Well, what do you think, Your Honor?
I think, Mr. Wright, I'm going to be late.
Oh fuck, it wasn't right.
I guess it was enough. Please, Your Honor, give me just a little longer to consider.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Guns is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any action against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright,
Your Honor,
we have a concrete proof. Proof that Chief Guard murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Guy dispose of his body.
do I have any concrete proof?
I would say the knife.
So, such evidence.
It has to be the knife. It has to be the knife.
What exactly is this evidence?
It's proof.
I am the judge.
Fuck, are you kidding me? The knife that... Okay. What if I try I have no proof yet? I just want to see, is that what the game wants me to say?
It's not you showing evidence, I'm not sure myself. No, Your Honor, at present, I have no conclusive evidence.
There you go, Jim. Okay, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations.
What?
As a tip, never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, IG, I'll leave the rest to you.
Oh, so that really is just a bad ending there, huh?
I want you earlier, Miss Wright. It's an affront to a senior officer in the nation's law enforcement agency.
Lady Luckham. Maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
I can't believe that was the actual right answer. There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth? Another witness?
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony.
But Chief Khan has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witness today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth.
Okay, this was a fucking trip up. I mean, Lana, naturally. There are 3 ladies here. Allegedly. And, Star has definitely given her piece. Emma also gave her piece. Lana has not said one fucking bit.
The defendant? Miss Lana Sky?
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. are tasked to dispose of the victim's body, in accordance with the certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in
Hold on. Oh fuck! It was.
Chief Guns, I thought you were going to eat.
Is it good, Lana?
Isn't good, Lana.
He's talking to Lana.
I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Ooh, spooky! That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
Oh, this isn't good.
Now, of course, you'd never force such an outrageous claim anyway. Right. Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess.
Wow. February 25th, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I started to sense and it immediately fucking backfired. Oh, God. Okay, come on. One more time. I can get to the end, then it's a break. Okay.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. Yeah, Chief, he's something else, pals. Detective Gumshoe. I'm not detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. You're off. Are you fucking kidding me? My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean Maya?
I don't know, Phoenix. How many other people have worked for you, huh? A good fucking question.
Still, looks like we're all out of booze now. Chief Gunn's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper end? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said?
But Chief, ours don't right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite side also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Oh, fuck, it's Emma. Okay.
Emma, are you okay?
Yeah, when I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man, and she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gunn's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do.
That must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because of I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blame yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Chief Gunn may be able to fool everyone else with this forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now, I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armory.
I see. Well, better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, right? It's time to end this. To become. Holy shit. It goes on! Okay, this should be about an hour to go. By estimation. By my guesstimation. February 25th, 2:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand?
Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you are aware of what is required of you. About Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past years. 2 years.
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course, the truth. No matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gunt.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gunt. Gunt and the fabrication. I worked alongside Gunt for years. There's no truth to his blackmail theory. I fabricated evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Interesting. She doesn't even play the Emma card.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Oh, of course I'm sure. But, Lana?
If this is true, then that means Chief Gunt has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. And please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. Why is she telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Oh, yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Account of the fabrication. I've been alongside Gun for years. How many years exactly? Ever since I'm a senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years.
Detective Gunt and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases, because I'm the only judge here. Or me and all my clones.
She must have been good coming from the same school as Maya. Emma Kent was Okay, so this game has a funny way with names. Most of them being puns of some sort. Surely Damon Gunt is not what I think it stands for, right? Surely it doesn't mean... Surely it's not a reference to what I think it sounds like. Anyways. I was a detective, that's why. I do this black material. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Whitman. You taught me as much yesterday in jail. Still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I packed the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. You did so to help your sister? Your dog was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. Oh, jeez. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana!
That's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
If I prosecuted Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. So you did so by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? You seemed the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go back just a quick itty bit. They slapped a real knife on that trophy. Like an actual... No. No, but that doesn't match. No, of course not. Of course it's not. How could that fucking... Wait, what the fuck? No, that's wrong. I don't... No, this what the fuck? What? Yeah, okay, also, that's his right side that's getting pierced. Last I checked, let me just do a quick, check up on myself. Yeah, my heart is on the left side. If he got pierced on it, okay, it does kind of look like it could be his left side as well that got pierced. It just initially looks like it's his right side. It's actually left side.
But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Plans is all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
As the eye went down, she's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
Oh, just to protect me.
When you found a scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. Mark off the tip of Dark's knife, plant it inside the wound, then move the body.
Whoa.
Plant the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound, and then
move the body?
Oh, why? Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others.
Why'd you plant the knife?
Well, why did you do that?
Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out.
Very well, let's add this to the witness testimony. Reason the sky fabricated the knife.
With the weapon found buried, this body would be all the proof we need. Okay, let's also ask about the other one. Okay, that for some reason skips like that. Was that good head on your shoulders? We should move the body.
When you showed up to the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was by Chief Gunn's desk. Well, the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? Reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body?
A piece of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. I only managed to get Dark in with it. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so first let's start with this one.
You planted.
Oh, what cop? Wait. Oh, it changed. Oh, it replaced it. Okay, got it. The testimony actually. The testimony changes. You can only have one or the other.
According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right?
Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound?
Yes, because I hated Dark for what he did. Jesus Christ! He was stabbed in the back and through the heart. If she had she done that, she would have literally need to pierce the heart again. Holy fuck. Okay, Yeah, we need to go through this again because I need to get the second side of this as well. So I want to see where this gets me. Because this is something I actually really want to know.
Piece of the jar, you mean?
Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
Archie.
What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there is more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
Yeah, the boss batter. The fact that... Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. The... How long has this been again? It's been... This is relatively long session, so I'm gonna save there because it keeps going and going and going. So here, I think the fact that the jar has like a proper blood spatter, actually, like a the whole Emma written on it is also like kind of damning.
Objection!
Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction with your testimony.
A contradiction in my testimony?
You testified, and I quote, "The piece of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right.
You have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write this message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died.
Oh.
He could have written Emma's name on a shattered jar.
Order! Order!
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here.
Something critical?
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony.
Jar and message in blood. Bloody jar. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
The problem here is that we still haven't even asked her as to why did she murder Goodman. Nobody has even asked her that. Does she have a reason for it? Like, God, man. I'm sure we'll get to that, but I feel like that would be such a... Yeah, like, I don't think we had any motives yet. I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
So the jar was already broken?
Doesn't know that thing hadn't broken earlier.
Throneless people as defense case.
Those people as the judge's judgment.
You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out.
I didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar.
No, if I had known, I'd have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Lana, you would do that for me?
It seems you two might make up yet.
Anyway, I just
No, Emma.
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you would lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
To be safe, I wiped away the blood.
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
You really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall. You wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There was enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. Alright, so I'm sure I got them all.
But how could you see with the power out? I should have been pitch black in the office.
Detectives always prepare, Mr. Wright. Even now I always carry a pocket light and camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol where I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. I was just wiping them clean before they were discovered.
So you legally rearranged the crime scene?
Yes. I don't have any excuses for my actions. I'm sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain in the history of the prosecutor's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony.
She's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured it out the contradiction in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around.
Okay, I wish I would have actually known that. Yeah, actually so we're just not gonna... I'm very uncertain of this. Because this one contradicts the earlier statement that she's...
His name's written on the jar.
Yeah, no.
Fuck, what am I supposed to do here?
It's so hard to say. Okay. Okay, let me think. What? So something about this doesn't match. Well, was wiping them clean before they were discovered. She technically did not clean them, like... Or larger... Well, she didn't get all of the meat, or like, you know, there weren't like... One that was found later on, or like... like, there is still blood on the pieces. God, man. It's with the jar, definitely, I think. But as to which one of these is exactly, like, it was shattered in multiple pieces. She's right about that. But also, like, Gunt had one of them in his safe. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna try this.
Sky, I believe this jar conceals the truth even you were unaware of.
What?
We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gunt's safe.
In Chief safe? But how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up to the scene. Chief Gunt got there before you.
Holy shit, actually. That would change things.
Or couldn't the defender have simply missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Huh, can you believe that?
I actually can. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. And our person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're implying this person was Chief Gunt at the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides,
Oh, God. Okay, fine.
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years?
Huh.
Well, Your Honor, can you answer that?
No! Right. I'm not the one on trial here.
Damon Gunt arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Chief Gunt do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lada Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gunt's aid. Lending her his aid, Gunt helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therefore lies the reason. Therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the Chief's puppet. Bites thumb. No, I did it on my own. Please sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. I don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Your visitors make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Wow! Really throw me under the bus here. And not just a single bus, there's a whole line of buses. It's like an airport, you know, bus station, bus stop. Like, one bus leaves the spot and then another one drives in, and Wright is currently just there on the bus stop, just getting rammed by one bus after the other. Where was it going with this? Anyways.
Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
Oh my god!
Wait a minute. Even the judge? What if I did lie? What if I have multiple personality disorder? And I'm the murderer all along? We're still smack dab in the middle of Gunt's trap.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana, you may be right after all.
Huh? What do you mean, Wright? So, you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Miss Sky, please testify once more.
But
if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
holy fuck! But do you remember I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. The handprint, like, I've been thinking of, like, where is the handprint? It's from a piece of clothes, so that would be from whoever Emma knocked down. would be like yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Miss Guy, if you will.
I can't. My god, the tables. They're turning like no other. They're taking off. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Actual crime scene. Holy shit. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on a suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. And Chief can't help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it really wasn't fabricated, Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword?
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. No fucking way. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Well, I must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. First accuses me of being a dirty liar, and then it's like, he's a smart fella. He'll know what to do.
Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Unless she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check the evidence again. Was that picture in there somewhere? That's so fucking funny. That's so funny that the initially you just read it out, but then you, holy fuck. Like you cannot inspect it earlier. No fucking way, you just fucking missed that. You gotta drop that, man.
Hey, there's a picture here.
Oh my. This is the actual crime scene? No, not exactly saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I rearranged everything. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago. Mr. Wright, that piece cut out from his vest, could that be...
That glove we found inside Chief Gun's safe.
Emma doesn't know that.
Oh, what's this?
It's a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whose fingerprints those are? Must be the real murderer. Aren't they her fingerprints?
What? But those fingerprints... They're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, right, I found Mr. Marshall's...
What? Oh.
Now, Archie. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gunt. What? Now you want to make me as the bad guy too? If so, I would like to put in a word or two in my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
This must be the risk we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
GG. Cock. So, I think I'm worried. Sorry to disappoint you. I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
Evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright?
If I show that piece of evidence now, I must sure to be made out as a murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
I mean, it's not the worst thing to happen. Edgeworth does that all the time. He's constantly showing himself off in front of the board.
What do I do now? Better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Do I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall?
I mean, I can't show evidence. It has, like, according to the evidence law, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department, and the evidence presented must be relevant to the... Well... Nah, I'm not so sure about that. I don't think I can show that evidence.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Lie. Chief Gunt? Oh, you opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. Conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that right? Why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gunt?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? What means... That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto? Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you have made it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really weren't manipulating her?
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky?
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife, tip in the victim's body, and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Doug convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to prepare for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? Alright, the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
But if you fabricate all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate this message on this jar too?
Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, righto. Call him up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Righto?
So you admitted to them that you were hiding the cloth you got off the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that. I mean, chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it to before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine.
Victory shall be mine! So, okay, I'm gonna save again because, like, I don't know how complicated it's gonna get, and that was good dialogue, and I don't want to go through it again. I cannot show evidence because it has not been approved yet. It has not been approved yet. I cannot do it.
I still like to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, just explore the poor girl's fingerprints.
Right, think hard over the circumstances.
Circumstances.
I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference?
So, I try to figure out my plan.
Is that right? Oh.
Your Honor, I do have evidence to present.
Okay, so it... Okay. Oh, but it was just a... Okay, got it. Actually, that makes sense.
Alright, then let's see this conclusive evidence. Evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Question is it this piece of cloth, or is it something else I'm supposed to show here? I mean, I guess it's this one, so, you know, we get... Yeah, this is worded in a way where I think that it wants me to do something else, but I think I'll do that.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of victim's vest.
Oh, yes. At last you finally brought it into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecutor requested that to be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean?
Could not have been forged, it must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
Ho ho ho! Slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Rhino had all this time to present this evidence. Yeah, he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already knew? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Is that right? Do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are there?
Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person who these fingerprints belong to is...
Well, I mean, they are Emma's.
Emma Sky?
What? Mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This squirrel really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster.
Mashkar.
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't? Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
But I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this inconclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy.
I could show it to you now.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Dot dot dot. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh, and what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is, who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
Yeah, because this is the thing. It's from the front of the chest, but if Marshall was facing the other way around, if Marshall was ready to stab Dark, Emma would not have been able to reach the left side of his chest, because that would have been the furthest away position on his entire body that she could have pushed, and there was no way that she could have gotten that. So this must be forged.
Oh, a contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
So much for the whole Wright talk.
I'm talking about contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is.
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant. Sorry. Chief Gant, the tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, a piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
Yeah, it's the where is it? Where at? This thing. Yes, Queen.
It's fun watching you squirm, Widow. This piece of evidence does indeed seem to contradict something.
What do you mean?
I'll repair some mental set.
What am I doing?
It's too late to turn back now. You're the only one who can put them. I'm sorry. Am I? Oh shit! I must be wrong on that then, huh? Okay. So it was cut off from the vest. Yeah, I noticed. Wasn't able to do this in 2 hours, apparently. Piece of evidence contradicts cloth. I thought it was the fact that, you know, like, it literally is no way... Or maybe I need to actually... Oh, fuck. It wants me the picture. It wants a picture instead.
How exactly is this supposed to be?
It's a picture Miss Sky took.
Okay, so I was on the right track. It just the game wanted me to like. Once again, it really wanted me to hammer down the main point of the fact that it was taken from the. It wants me to first go into the fact that it was taken from the front, and not from the fact that it literally could not be the front. Oh yeah, definitely the right call on that.
Good look at it. See why the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural.
Oh yeah, I guess why that's a piece of. Oh, that's also valid actually.
His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth? Wait, there's no blood on it.
This Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this glove. There's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could he have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out the bloodless piece of this victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer.
No!
It's finally all over.
Well,
That was a close one. You almost hit me.
Huh?
Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see that piece of cloth? It's illegal evidence. Order! Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji. Earlier, old Wright here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Renato? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloak ceased to be legal evidence.
that's not fair.
Ho 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 ho! Did you actually think you could beat Miss Me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gunn's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
This is where it comes in.
Seems at last. Time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Plans within plans!
Well, Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? Now you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth.
I did not. I did not do such crime.
I admit I refused to present it at one point.
So the evidence is illegal.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gunt.
Oh,
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
what do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence.
No, Aji, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let's settle this once and for all. Earlier, I refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the Asalan incident.
What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
I was shown only a few moments ago. Oh,
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gunt.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes! No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from this victim's vest is the only one who stood before prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gunt. The killer was you.
No. Oh, whoa! Whoa!
I'm not doing that.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
I could not keep up with that.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum! For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department. Trying to get something on me. Crimes have been committed every day, yet he's insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
The Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me.
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jack Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room, and all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall.
well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring out SL9. That's when I saw it. The accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprints on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Leave the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had much to lose as she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar fragments in the glove.
Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They did their job as well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well up on close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. You can feel it. You and me. We're the same.
Is he trying to turn Edgeworth to his side to convince, somehow... I don't know.
fucking call out the dark side here.
One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it all alone.
This has been a long fucking case. I can't believe it's still going.
Well, I guess it's over now.
Well, it looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Ajim. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. Huh. I'm sorry too, Damon Gunt. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Oh, still gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Righto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melody is sounds of a new beginning.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes.
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gunt betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Guy, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gunt help me forge evidence, up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in the trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Guy. Couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Guy.
And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffer every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing.
Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it. I only did my job.
He can't take a compliment. Or any praise. He's just like me, for real.
In light of this case, seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Scar.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are innocent of murder, however. Although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. Trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I fell free of these heavy chains. And she vanishes.
Darkness within darkness awaits you.
Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. I'm thinking of that a lot.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Scar, not guilty.
Fuck, it's been over a week since I saw that the last time. Oh my god.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
At long last, it's finally over. Emma. Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. At least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. It's just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Oh.
Yes, I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Again! You're this a purpose, aren't you? Make a detective run all around while on duty. On top of it all, you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. It's the third time we get the same dialogue. Hey, let it out, pals. I'm only kidding.
Are you here because of my sister again?
Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana?
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell you if you won't.
Oh man. I love a lighthearted abuse of power.
Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about him. That day, 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in the mess. Sis, I asked Gunn to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. You know how much I was hurting. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. You know, I have to say, this game does a lot work using assets again. Like, for example, that image has been shown multiple times. But I like the fact that they can always find like a new context to it. And they're not like overusing, like they have a good amount of art that they use for this game. But they're not, they're sparingly recycling it to get a good effect out. I think, honestly, is it a director? I don't know. The director did a wonderful job with this. I can't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you would look at me with those sides of yours. I was scared of how you would react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me? No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy. Of course. You know, sis? Oh yeah, like... Exactly, at my point, exactly. Like... They're very good at this. They're very good at using what they have. But I am quite sure that not only is it like, this is a 20-year-old game. Not only were there probably some like space limitations, but also like probably budget things where they had to like, yeah, what we can, you know, reuse, we'll reuse. But like the way they do it is really good. Like, I don't think it disrupts the flow one bit. That they use the same sprites, they use the same, you know, images, they use the same, like... Yeah. Yeah, like... I would say, because it also adds a nice charm to it, in a way. Like, I don't know if what the newer games are like, but like... This being the first one... I think they honestly did a really fucking good job with this, but I'll probably talk about that some other time. Maybe. This has been going on long enough, and it's about time I wrap this up. I don't know how long my voice can handle this. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Aw, that's so lovely. Take a screenshot of that and put a big spoiler as a thumbnail of this video. No one can change the past.
Though I should have taken one of the... God, that would have been a really good one. The only thing we can do is try to make up for our mistakes. What's to make up for our mistakes, you ask? In so doing, we can find a way back to our rightful path. It is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. And that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe,
Me?
thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come over here.
Is he behind a fucking plant? Just like... looking really angry at the whole situation. Having that fucking face behind one of those, one of those plants that this entire, courthouse is probably full of. Just peeking from behind and just staring intently, not even blinking. Looking at this very heartfelt, reunion. Where was he hiding? I just came to say, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well,
I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
No.
We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me.
No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gaunt was right.
Just by screwing nose, I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go and do it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I would need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth,
Who knows, given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gaunt did. That thought terrifies me, that's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gaunt and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime, but they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I would need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, we were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
oh yeah, if they... Yeah, I'm actually really losing with when the lines are like... Yeah, but like, I'm imagining a single file of Edgeworth actually being smiling would probably just take up the entire, it would take so much effort to construct that the game couldn't handle them. Oh shit, I didn't mean to press that.
Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lena's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Fuck, I skipped that line!
Something neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
Ah, fuck. I was looking at chat and I accidentally pressed forward. Fuck. The fucking parking stop. The blue badger. Shit, what were they talking about? The badge! It has to be the badge.
That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership.
Huh?
Mr. Wright, It seems you still have a lot to learn as well. Because that wasn't the right piece of evidence. It's time for me to go. Is that Edgeworth? You'll excuse me. There's still some loose ends I need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. That was not the right piece of evidence. Oh god, he faced away! Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know, since I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. I'm waiting for you in court. Farewell. Are we going to? Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. Since we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, here's a little something for you. Scientific investigation. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever studied well. Thanks, sis. I will. Okay. Which piece of evidence was I supposed to show? Did I get that wrong? Or maybe it was the evidence list because like both sides. I don't know. I thought the badge would have been funny and it would give me a second chance to, you know, it would give me info on that. Yeah, I'm a little curious to... Once again! Saying, I'll see you in court is not the best way to say goodbye to a person. But, Phoenix is... Phoenix. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Trying to just rediscover myself. Well, don't go drinking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she's just supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, you think I could afford with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. You can't say no after that. Why is this? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Objection! Oh my god. The fucking credits. And for a little friend of mine in Europe. Oh, I probably should be able to please to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. I need to read this fast. And I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Okay, I'm gonna guess these are not particularly long credits considering it's showing one name at a time when there's space for multiple. Yikes, I thought I was going for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you anymore, it would be worse than firing you. Holy shit. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, can't shake me off that easily. And an easy dick to shake off, huh?
I gotta say, these people did a wonderful job with their art. And animation. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. Yes, sir. Then I'll be just like that Dick Gumshoe. Yeah, I think Phoenix actually said that. at this point, you know, Gumshoe probably is paying to, you know, no. I thought we were done with. Don't you have a dialogue as well? Don't you dare. Dead. Damn. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a tech lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seen one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? This was an insane fucking game. Looks like we'll be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way lunch. As the top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is the sweetest victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot... Fuck off. Just to make sure to not eat it backwards. Also, good on you. The Rumpopolos are weird creatures. They're kinda cute in their own way, but also... What the fuck is wrong with them? Actually, a lot of things are wrong with them.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh, no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, I gotta go.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow on stream. But after I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna be uploading some cookies. Because I had this funny day today where I was like... Well, anyways,
Nothing seems to sound like a fresh country air. Still, something I do miss hearing you and your objections. So, I can't go back until I'm fully fledged spirit medium.
Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin.
Coming. Well, see you around, Nick.
Yeah, I'm looking very much forward to the update. I really want to know what's going on. And also, it's gonna be nice returning back to... It's gonna be nice returning back to the original cult, because I have not played on that since like 2023, I think. I think I did the old... Yeah, I did the... Yeah, I might need to do a little bit of replaying on the like gold part and like that. Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. Huh? What's going on? Hey, so today it turned out I had nothing better to do on the day than... Thanks for coming to see me off. I believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh, yeah. Okay, while the game gives me a pause now, So I got my things in order very fast, a little too fast. And I started my day by making myself a pizza because I had a bunch of ingredients and I figured I should, you know, make some. Wait! I wanted to actually look at them. What do you mean it just skips the? I was just taking a break for myself. Oh fuck! I didn't even look at the fucking picture at the back of the book. Fuck! Well, that was kind of silly of me. Well, I guess I can just get, if I want to check those out, I can do that whenever. I guess I didn't realize that was scripted. That it's gonna eventually skip that. I mean, I know what's behind that book. It would be a picture of, you know, Lana, probably. But yeah, anyways, that's, you know, I'll leave the whole pizza story later, some other time. All I have to say is that I have never, like, I should not multitask while baking. Because I made the worst fucking cookies ever. I mean, they're edible. They're actually quite tasty. But they are horrible. I need to fix them up and up and up and up. Like, it's just terrible. But anyways, that I don't mean to go into that too much. Anyways, I finished the first game of the trilogy. And I have to say, the writing on this is really fucking good. The writing is so good. It's really fun. It's such a great time following the story. The only thing is the fact that it's a little, how would I say, misleading at times in terms of like when it comes to the actual like showing the right evidence and like that and what you're supposed to do exactly in the courtroom. Sometimes I feel like it's a little, it has the failure system or like the multiple attempt system. I feel like honestly, I have to say, episode 5 had a good system in a way where it kept like, because you had so many trials, it like, how would I say it? It gave you a bunch of chances for checkpoints and like that. You can, of course, you can save the game in the middle of the like, but like it also had like I think the flow was a lot better. Well, I mean, I can't wait to see what wacky characters they, you know, throw at me next time as well. But first, I gotta play a bit of Cult of the Lamb, which is gonna take me maybe a week or two. I don't know how much content there is exactly. I mean, I checked that my save files, both save files actually, have about, what is it, 42 hours, I think. So that would be about 2 weeks. If the DLC is as much as the base game, then yeah, it's gonna be about 2 weeks of that. And then there's gonna be however much time takes in the Monster Hunter stories takes. And then I'll get to that. I'll get to the so shit, actually it's a good chance that, you know, I might not be playing a Phoenix Wright game before end of February. Well, yeah, it might be towards the end actually. Exactly at the end. But this took me like 2 weeks. I think this was totally bearable. Tolerable, even. Enjoyable, even. I would go as far as saying that. It took a while to kind of get to it, but also admittedly I was not at the best, you know, headspace for some of the earlier trials, and I had to kind of work on my attitude about this. But after I did that, after I adjusted myself, I think I'm actually, I think this game was a lot better than I was even giving credit to at first, and honestly I have liked it throughout the way. But this was very good. I had a great time, and honest overall, thank you all for, you know, joining me on this. It was it's a fucking journey, and I can't wait to get to more of these. Honestly, a really good change of pace from like Monster Hunter. I played a lot of Wilds today off stream. I'm gonna work on that, but it's kind of fun as well. But like, yeah. Well, Wilds today off stream, and I kind of realized just
it's kind of nice not streaming that much, especially when there's no new content. It's a fun game to play off stream. It's super fun, and it's fun to stream at times, but like I'll probably be focusing on these for the time being. But anyways, this is almost 4 hours. I streamed over 5 hours yesterday. It's time I go rest my voice. Once again, thank you all. Cool the lamb tomorrow. Yeah. Bye, sees.